guys, it's Kelly. I am back with another layout and process video. This is for Citrus Twist Kits, and I am using the gorgeous April kit. I am just going to be using the main kit only for this layout. I chose this photo strictly for a couple of the different things. There's Paige Evans puffy stickers, and one of them says "Pick Me Up." And in this picture, my daughter's being held up by two of her friends. And I also liked that gold glitter good times ahead. So I'm just going through the different papers. I love this mermaid paper, even though this is not a, water page or anything that really goes with mermaids. But if you crop it pretty tight, you just see the different colors of the pattern paper. And that works well for me. So if you have a piece of pattern paper that you are stuck on how to use, cropping it pretty tight just so that you see the colors and not necessarily the design is one way to do so. So I'm just trimming the white cardstock that I matted the photo on. I must not have trimmed it completely straight, and so I just have to neaten up those borders. I also found this scalloped, the back side of the mermaid paper with the scallops, the pink and the coral. I thought that was pretty cool, and I thought that it would be a nice addition of bright color on the page. I'm not sure what exactly I want to do with this page. Like I said, it's the first layout that I've created with the kit, and anytime I am making the first layout with the kit, I usually A, take longer when I'm creating the layout, and B, I have no idea where I'm going to go with it, especially if I'm not using a sketch. So I, just kind of mumble along with it, and I'm fine with that. So I love that blue pattern paper, and I thought that it would be great to put a thin strip on top and the bottom. And, for this page, I'm going to do something that's pretty similar to some of my other layouts, and for me that's okay. I don't think that anyone is going to be looking through my albums, especially since I don't scrap chronologically, and say, oh look, that was a layout design that you did on this layout 4 pages ago. And even if they were, I wouldn't really care. I'm going to go with what works. And I knew that with that title being so big that I wanted to be able to have something or a nice place for the title to rest beside and to be anchored with. And I felt like having that 3x4 photo with that would make a nice little layering piece. So I am going to fussy cut out this frame. I do not remember which number of pattern paper this is. It is Pink Paisley Paige's new collection. And I'm just going to fussy cut the edges of the frame. I love papers like this because I really feel like it, number one, stretches your kit or collection, and number two, it really helps to give you different things to help either, balance a cluster or give a pop of color, whatever you're looking for to use. These pieces like this, just for me, go a long way. So I am going to just leave this one in. I will fussy cut a few others and put them to the side, knowing that when I'm making a few more layouts, I am going to be using those, but I do not do that on camera. So at this point, I like the way that it's looking. I'm going to go through the die cuts real quick and see what else I feel like I can use, but I'm already contemplating that the background is too white. Say what? You guys know how much I love white cardstock, but right now I'm feeling like it is too white, and I decided that I was going to pull out my mixed media. So I have gotten just a few of the distressed oxides, and I am using the cracked pistachio for this one, and I am doing 2 different techniques. I'm smushing it down, and then I am picking up some of the leftover color just with a paintbrush, and I am going to add it to different places across the page. I really wanted the title to have some of that watercolor just to help it really stand off the page. Obviously, since it's a gold title on white, it does stand out, but I really wanted some different interest. And I thought that adding just a little splash of color would be fun. So because I am using a gold glitter title, I went ahead and I used my gold Heidi Swapp Color Shine, and I'm going to put that aside and let that dry. I don't want to necessarily dry my paper with a heat tool, although I have done that before. I find that my pattern paper or even my cardstock warps a little bit more. I am using the Basil Marshmallow cardstock for this layout. I don't have a lot of that marshmallow cardstock, and the last time that I went to order it, they did not have it in stock. So I'm hoping that it comes back in stock pretty soon so that I can be a little more creative with my backgrounds. I am pulling this doily out from my stash. You guys know I love doilies, and this one I believe is either a Recollections or a Doodlebug. I have some of them just put in a drawer without the packaging, so I'm not sure on this one, but I used this one because it's not as feminine lacy as the Cambridge lace doilies, which I love. It has more substance, and I thought that it would just be a little bit more appropriate for this page since, you know, they are softball players, even though it's kind of what this is, but it's not really a layout about that. It's more of a layout of these girls and being friends. So I'm liking the way that this is coming together. These butterflies and the Hip Hip Hooray are all from the Dear Lizzy ephemera pack that came with the main kit. I love butterflies, and you know, I'm going to make an effort to pull the things that I love and use those first, or just at least not pass them by because I want to hoard them, if that makes sense. I also used my We Are Memory Keepers typewriter, and I typed out the journaling, and it says, "These girls are amazing both on and off the field. They are on different school teams, but that does not stop them from having fun once the game is over." So it was neat. With this particular game, my daughter's team beat the other girls' teams, but you know, you can't even tell, because if it would have been the same way if, you know, they had beat us. You know, the girls are all up, you know, one another, hugging on each other, joking, laughing. You know, they leave the game on the field, which is, you know, how it should be, and it's just always nice to see. So I added a little bit more of the Distress Oxide. I found that once I put the paper layers on, that I couldn't quite see it underneath the doily, and I really wanted to be able to see that gorgeous aqua mint color, and I, you know, just found that by adding a little bit more and then sprinkling a little more of the color shine, that it just was what I was having in mind when I, you know, started messing around with that. I will say that I love using the Distress Oxide, and now I want to try to stamp some words with it just to see how that does. I have not played with them very much. My time has been very limited in my scrap area recently, or probably for the past month and a half, almost 2 months now. You know, my mom has dementia, and she's just going downhill quicker than I would like, and I'm over her house 7 days a week pretty much, talking on the phone with her 3 and 4 times a day. I'm doing her laundry now. I'm going through her closets and things, trying to help her downsize and, you know, give things away to Goodwill. And it's just, you know, then my teenagers. So, you know, it's just a season in my life. So I'm not as prolific as I would like to be right now. So just bear with me. And my goal right now is to try to post 1 layout a week. Hopefully, you know, there will be a couple of times where it'll be 2. So maybe 6 videos a month. Not quite as much as I had been doing, but something needs to give, and that is probably what it's going to be. So I am taking my distress tool and distressing the edges of the pattern paper. This would have been easier to do before I trimmed off the pattern paper strips. But you know, for me, sometimes I don't know that I want to necessarily do that until after I do it. So it's just, you know, kind of the way that I roll. I don't do things the easy way. I know that there's some other people like that as well. So, you know, it's all good. So I am using my Scotch Tacky adhesive in my fine line bottle. You can get that on Amazon. I will link that below. And the Scotch Tacky adhesive, it only takes a little bit of glue and it goes a long way. And yes, I do love it. I have not found that any of my embellishments or, you know, ephemera have come off the page when I use that glue. I, you know, have a stack of finished layouts, you know, and every couple months I will go and put them in my albums, and I try to, you know, store them chronologically, but I don't scrapbook chronologically, and I've yet to find anything come off the page with that. So I went ahead and I layered a pink frame as well under that Hip Hip Hooray. I wanted to bring the pink from the butterfly that I just crinkled up the edges with on that. I am going to take a little foam adhesive and put it under the wings as well. I love giving butterflies dimension, and I just feel like it adds that little extra touch on the page and just gives it a little bit more life and makes it not look as flat. So that bottom cluster, I did pop that little postage stamp. It is also from the Dear Lizzy ephemera pack. I love this collection from Dear Lizzy. The pieces that I have seen, the colors are just so pretty, and you know, the die cuts are whimsical, and there is a swan that is absolutely adorable. So I've got to figure out a way to get that swan on a layout. So here's the puffy sticker that I definitely wanted to use. It says Pick Me Up, and it's from Paige's collection. I just thought that it was cute because it was literal in this case. And I'm just going to take a few of the smaller puffy stickers and put them in a couple of the clusters. And that's going to pretty much be it for the smaller pieces of the clusters. And I'm going to take some white crochet thread and come back in just a second and tie a bow into that Hip Hip Hooray. There's a little teeny tiny hole in that upper left hand corner, and it was just driving me nuts not having something to put in it. And it was going to cover the thread, or when I tie the bow, it covers up a little bit of the Hip Hip Hooray, but not so much to where you can't read it. And that's my thing. I like to be able to read things when I'm putting them down. So that's it for me today. I just wanted to take a minute and thank all of my new subscribers. Welcome. I hope you guys are enjoying my process videos and the layouts and the projects that I share. I love to hear from you, and I do appreciate any comments or any thumbs up that you leave me. And I just wanted to let you know that that does make my day, and I really do try to get back to you. Sometimes it is maybe a week or two later, but I do respond to the comments. So thanks so much, guys. I hope you have a great day, and I will see you soon. Take care. Bye.